Hey y'all, it's Martith here. We're going to be back for a little bit with surviving the aftermath for the first time in some time. I um I got a little burned out on the game last time. I kind of felt like I took it as far as I could. It's still in early access, so there's definitely some development still to be done. But there have been two large patches since I last played it, two substantial patches. So we're gonna jump back in and give it another shot. I'm just gonna kind of overview these patch notes a little bit. The first was the nuclear winter update, which added a winter catastrophe, featuring a shorter fall and spring as well as actual winter, which in the early game I don't think would matter as much, but in the late game when you're relying on your crops for survival, I think that could be a huge deal. And this, let's see, December 3rd is when this came out. Um, Catastrophe cycle during it, colonists can get the cold condition, makes them more vulnerable to infection. Crops start withering, ranches are not heated, the animals stop reproducing. In winter, you have hypothermia, animals die off, some of the buildings shut down. I have to use the burner to use firewood to warm houses and the radiator. So it's going to give us some it's going to give us some Frostpunk vibes when that happens. Let's see. Let's see. Some buildings also be unusable. Aqua farm, water pump, water collector. Things freeze over. Spring. Hmm. When spring arrives, colonists no longer get hypothermia, but the temperature is not warm enough to cure it. The fields will be suffering from the cold and unusable. So when this happens, especially late game with a high population, it's going to be a die off. It's not going to be good. Temperature overlay will help survive the new winter catastrophe. Fertility overlay has been added because it's suggestive of a community. That's probably good. 13 new quests. That'll be nice because it started getting a little repetitive in the overview. Specialists now scavenge locations based on time instead of action points. Let's see, you no longer need to command them one by one. The action should feel smoother. Let's hope. Because I think commanding them on the overworld, was one of my big complaints for sure previously. Sorry, I'm a little congested. I have a mild sinus infection right now. Commanding a specialist to a location scavenge immediately canceling will not affect specialists. You can stop scavenging actions. See if they die due to hazards. You'll see an animation once you go to the world map. Now it shows floaters on all deposits in the colony. Oh, cool. Selecting a specialist will show floaters on all deposits they can gather from. That'll make it a little bit more clear. Lots of fixes. Golly. Let's go with balance. Let's see. Added tier 3 closed tools and weapons. Golly. So I never really quite got to the upper tiers of the other game because it kind of got burned out in the gameplay cycle pretty quick. But it looks like this is substantial. Anti-alias selection outlines. That'll be nice for me. I have problems when they don't properly anti-alias games. Balance adjustments. Specialists can now be sent to the world map. Even with little health. Reduce the amount of science points gained from quests. Okay, fair enough. It was a little easy to science up. Amount of time trading takes. The societies are now further away from your colony. Okay. Improve vehicle durability. That was needed. Increase the amount of plastic and metal produced by the scrap or recycle. But also slightly increase the production time itself. Increase the amount of concrete. Increase the speed of all extractors. That's a good one. It was too slow. Extractors should no longer pollute as much. So it sounds like, yeah, and that one was good because the pollution got insane later game. It kind of felt like things spiraled a little out of control and it needed some balance tweaks. Meteors more powerful. Adjust the building repair costs. They're more aligned with the building costs. I'd be curious to see what that is, if that's a net increase or decrease. I don't remember, honestly. Transformer size has been increased. Work area, that's good. It was way too small before. A sandworm makes less damage as a smaller range. What's a sandworm? Wow. Outhouse and sauna should generate less pollution, thank God. And they get polluted slower. Increase resilience to some crops. Okay. Well, that's good. And then there was another one. So we just did our nuclear winter patch notes. Enhancement 1 changelog. Building upgrades unlockable for the tech tree. This is huge. You can't build the upgraded version directly. You have to upgrade. Mixed feelings about that. Increase amount of shelter space and tents. That's good. Open fields. Have a new version called irrigated, which have a higher yield. Automated versions of extractors. That one could be huge. Golly, look at all this. Added electronics. Storage no longer filled based on the weight of the resources, rather the amount. I didn't even realize that was a thing. Bakery as recipes. Living beings overlay. Workers, carriers, guards, and children. Construction zones. Fix and issue fix. Balance adjustments. Capacity of burial pits been reduced. Storage size of the sauna has been reduced. All crops have been released. Rebalanced, excuse me. Reduce the size of the world map slightly. That's interesting. Okay, well, we're going to go ahead and jump in, and we're going to start a new colony and hope that this doesn't end up in a pollution cycle. We'll play it for a little bit. Wait, enhancement patch 3, but the previous thing said enhancement patch 1, so I probably missed some of the details. I know I kind of skimmed through them, but c'est la vie. Okay, building up. Building upgrades, we read about that. 5 branches. I think there were 3 before? Maybe it was 4. I'm okay with this. Higher level. Control over your colony population. Interesting. Turn the game volume down a little bit. I feel like it's probably a bit on the high side. Hopefully it's not too bad now. Balance relative to the mic. Downtime reduction. That's going to be huge. That was a big complaint. Medical lab and cemetery. Statistics, preferences, multi-turn combat. You can also command your specialist to attack a bandit and later return to see results. Interesting. Okay, let's go to our settings. Graphics. Aspect ratio, full screen. Everything looks high. General, confirm, back. Okay, let's go ahead and we're gonna just start a new game. Enable tutorials, interface, and game concepts. Let's say no, which might be a huge mistake. I'm going to go fairly easy because I'm a wuss and I don't game to be stressed out. Occasional catastrophes, yeah. Time to rebuild. There's no additional tech options for more efficient. What did I do last time? To improve colony, wasteland explorer. I don't like that one because the overworld was not my big deal. Survival methods or colony efficiency? I'm gonna go with colony builder. Gatekeeper. Again, I'm not going to go on super high difficulty now. Scavenger. One fighter would be good. And then a scientist. Yeah. Visuals. A blue flag. It's my favorite color. And here will be a beacon of liberty. Colony name. Can we... New beginning is good. I wasn't sure if that was going to work when I titled the stream that, but, you know, I thought I'd give it a shot. Unity equals strength. Sure. Summary. Start game. Not super difficult. I'm more looking to experience the game than stress myself out. I appreciate the revival of city builders, and there's many that I'm looking forward to. Hopefully we'll be able to stream in coming months. Okay, let's play a game of do I remember how to build this? Campsite. We need a campsite. This is a lot of like very arable land. Now I seem to remember invite colonists to unlock. Okay. Tents. Emergency shelter. Let's get an emergency shelter. What might we need? Berries, maybe. What else would we need? A water well, water collector, clean water. Water well would be a good idea, wouldn't it? Oh, look. No water there. Moderate amounts of water. Interesting. Should give me enough space to put a road if I did that right. I think I did. I'll just delete it later if I need to. You know what? Build menu. I think I had invite colonists to unlock. So until I build the gate, can I, or invite colonists, I can't build the gate. Man, it's been a while since I looked at this. It unfortunately felt a little bit linear last time I played it. Other than the only real replayability just seemed to be like difficulty. Emergency shelter completed. Shoot a flare. Yeah, that's how we do it. It will invite colonists. Construction completed of a water well. Okay, need more housing immediately. Emergency shelter. Build a couple more. It remembers the orientation of your last building, at least at the same type. Okay, we're gonna need food, trapper, and fishing pier. Or maybe, let's see, where was the storage? Food storage. A food storage could be helpful. Get those berries going. A warehouse could be helpful for sure. Let's go ahead and increase our game speed for a little bit while they work on these things. An outhouse. Don't want that near our houses or our food storage. Not finished constructing yet. No homelessness. Survival skills. Wider piers. More fishers. Basic farming would be a good idea. Unavailable to research. Not enough science points back. How do we get science points again? Do not recall. A logging camp would be good in the general sense. Nope, not there. There we go. Insufficient construction materials for logging camp. Okay. What does it need? It needs more concrete. Small concrete ruin. Let's go get that. Acid rain. Someone quickly puts water well's faucets when left open might get infected. Create makeshift armor, which it costs 2 clothing. I'll wait until the worst is past. 1 colonist has radiation sickness. That took not long at all. A medical tent would be a decent idea already. Needs planks. Okay, that one's going to be a little more tricky. Plastic trash, metal scrap. What if I build a lumber yard? Requires more planks. Warehouse. Okay. A medical tent. Yeah, planks, there we go. That's what we need. Already a little low on water. Clean water storage would be a good idea too. I don't remember if there's any real plus or minus like drawbacks to placement. That's probably too close to that. Never mind. That would be a bad idea. You don't want it too close to the outhouse. See, we need sheet metal too. Can't, ooh. It's like metal scrapper's work area. I need to build a scrapper before I'm gonna get anything out of that. Lacking resources on some of my constructions. Okay, so my logging camp is done. Sheet metal. Yeah, I'm gonna have to prioritize that. Whereas I need more logs. Or planks, rather. That'll be enough to finish the scrapper. And take that scrapper and turn around. And complete my other buildings. Once we do that, I think we'll be in a decent enough situation to rebuild our gate ruins. Small concrete ruin depleted. See, are we doing planks are low? Firewood's okay. Colonists suddenly approaching and drag you to one of the trees at the edge of the colony. You barely see a faint silhouette among the brush. A silent thief dressed like the animal who poached some of your food. Demand your food back. You tell the thief they better give the food back or else. There's some rustling in the treetop before you have time to notice the thief has jumped to another tree. Colonists are about to give chase, but the culprit's already on the ground and running off. It says an intruder's been spotted and they're about to get it. I guess that was just the event. -4 happiness. Who's doing okay? Scrapper. Raphael died of radiation sickness because I didn't get this built fast enough. Holy cow. Okay then. Well, that's a rough start. I don't think I had a death this soon last time I played this game. Man, okay, so now I need a cemetery, don't I? Or a burial pit. So I don't have just bodies floating around. That's rough. Insufficient construction materials. Where are some plastics? But I can't get those plastics. That's probably yet another recycler. Yeah, that's yet another building I'm gonna have to build. I'm building on all the fertile land, but I can't farm yet. Huge chunk of pollution. Plastics. Let's move our work area. We need plastics, preferably. Yeah, not traipsing through radiation. If we can avoid it. Well, that's nice. They put your flag on there. I don't remember that. I'm sure it was in last time, but I have no recollection of that. Carriers, workers. So carriers are just unemployed and they do some generic carrying of goods. Fair enough. I probably didn't need this warehouse. That was premature. Let's see, we need more sheet metal, and more sheet metal. Well, I could take and add a second person. Excuse me. So it's a loss of a carrier. But, well, now we have a burial pit, so maybe they'll pick up that dead body. Now I have an injury. It could end up being another dead person if we're not careful. Does it really require a worker for a burial pit? That's kind of frustrating. Heat wave. Should be okay for now. Okay, how do we generate science again? Science points on the world map? Is that truly the only way? There's no science building? Wow. Okay then. Well, and if that's the case, we need to work on that. Let's go ahead and make it a lower priority. So build other things first. Low on food, get more, people will starve. Food storage, work area. Just a little bit there. Here's the heat wave. A little low on water, but it shouldn't be that bad. We do have a medical building now. Waiting for a builder on the clean water storage. I could get him to go ahead and come work on that. It's day filled with hustle and bustle. But from the corner of your eye, you notice colonists lying on their back, simply staring at the open sky. Is it this guy? Because he looks kind of nutty. Question the smile, wild, half-toothless smile and sigh. After everything that's happened, we were given a second chance at life, so why don't you? We've got work to do. You take up an authoritative role and command the colonists to do their part like everyone else. A smirk, but get up nonetheless and begin their duties. Life is in the little things you see eventually. They tell you before trekking off. The others seem pleased in having another pair of helping hands. Another person died. Okay, no free carriers left. 2 objects depleted. Well, let's do this. Let's get rid of that person so we have a carrier. We should have more food coming in. Let's go ahead and get those planks. So this is the only construction we're waiting on now. We'll leave that empty until or unless we have another death. I think that's the best option. That way we have a carrier. We have food coming in. Really need to go ahead and expand open our gate first of all, so we can send our specialists out to actually take care of things, get some research coming in, and maybe some more efficiency because of that. Man, this is a pretty low difficulty. I've already had 2 people die. This is not exactly how I imagine this going down. Not an auspicious start. Someone's been stealing planks. You order a few colonists to investigate, and to your surprise, they return with a group of rowdy children, one under each arm. Apparently, kids use the planks to build themselves a tree fort. Tear the fort down. I don't care about their happiness. To the kids, the colony's precious resources aren't something to be wasted for silly tree forts. A lot of yelling and crying ensues, but you stand firm. After returning to your post the next morning, there's a message written on your door, which what you hope is mud, saying poo-poo head. Wow. So even in a post-apocalyptic future, children are still turds. Cool. Now I need to get this back to a normal medium. We need plastics. Berries depleted. Just go ahead and do this. It looks like it's already being decontaminated, so I guess that's good. We've got to get the anti-pollution building up, because that just completely limits our ability to expand early on. I remember that being pretty essential colony exploration. Maybe colony? Heavy tarps, nurses, bunk beds, education. I bet you it's pretty far up the tree too. Cleansing, support walls, aggressive. Release, aggression release. Scavenger teams, reclaimable inventory, apprentice trash, power saws, junk recycling, steelworks, hazmat, engineers. That's... Well, I might just have to deal with some pollution for a while, I think. Farm right here would be good. If we could get to that point. Hey, we've got all the resources that's being built. Group of survivors. Awesome. 8 adults, 0 elders, 1 child. That's some decent resources. We're going to accept them and hope that they're peaceful. Perfect. Looks like our housing's okay. Okay, let's build another water well. We don't have a lot. And maybe another clean water storage next to it. That would be good, I think. Okay, now let's see. Specialists. Let's send a world map. All of them. Okay, so who do we got? Is she a scientist? I don't remember. Yes. Let's send her there. Fighter. Scavenger. What are you? It's a fighter. Yeah, you can scavenge, it's fine. This is definitely smaller. Like, holy cow, is this smaller? I mean, I understand, but each region feels almost like half of what it was. It's crazy. That's nuts. Specialist ready for action. That's cool. He's just gonna automatically bring it back. Huh. Didn't really expect that, to be honest, but... Man, that's already a substantial improvement. Warehouse still empty. Specialist ready for action. Explore there. He's a fighter. Major victory. Let's do it. Let's go ahead and have a guy there, because we have 6 carriers. That's plenty. You know what? Survival skills. Production speed at the fishing pier and the... Yeah. I have 300 science. This costs 50. Let's go ahead and research that. Can I queue things up? No. A science queue would be nice, developers. You see a group of bandits approaching. You can bribe them with 8 medical. Yeah. Oh, and that didn't work. So we need... First of all, I need him to return. Well, this is not going to be good. Why are they not attacking? Do they not automatically... The gate's breached, okay. Gate is critically damaged, yeah, I can tell. And they don't want to repair it. That's cool. Okay, so I should have defended the gate, lesson learned. Until it gets another sheet metal, which I do have. Nothing's gonna come of it. Okay, well, I think that's gonna be a good stopping point for this video. We'll return shortly.